WNBA announces troubling Dallas Wings update amid Paige Bueckers and company its All-Star history. At times, you just need to go back and look at what Eric Ogunbowale once said to draw inspiration. That's especially true for rookies like Paige Bueckers, who are carrying a heavier crown than most veterans in just their first season. Ogunbowale has made the All-Star roster every year since 2021 and earned the All-Star MVP in her very first appearance. Being herself though, she was never fixated on snagging the MVP again or treating each All-Star nod as some kind of indication. "I don't think we have anything to prove. We're here, we're All-Stars," she said before the 2024 game. And guess what? She went on to win it again. Even in 2021, she didn't let expectations define her. She finished with a game-high 26 points. And while Ogunbowale had been known for clutch, game-winning shots her entire career, she didn't deliver a buzzer-beater that day. But she did drill some huge threes down the stretch that put Team WNBA ahead of Team USA for good. Oh, and she was live tweeting from the bench throughout the game. In 2024, she became the third player in WNBA All-Star Game history to win MVP twice, after scoring 21 of her record 34 points in the third quarter. The best part? She knew exactly what she had to do after Cheryl Reeve pointed a finger at her for going scoreless in the first half. That clutch gene. It hadn't gone anywhere. There's just nothing you can do in those situations where she's making step-back threes, one-legged floaters, things like that. You literally can't guard her, Caitlin Clark said of her. So hasn't she proved that she shows up in whichever quarter needs her the most? That's why her omission in 2025, after 4 years of All-Star selections and 2 MVP awards, comes with a mix of shock and disappointment. Yesterday, the WNBA announced the complete roster of the 2025 at ATT WNBA All-Stars that will take the court in Indiana July 19, and her name was nowhere to be seen. One user took to X and said what everyone was thinking: how things can change in 1 year. Eric Ogunbowale went from being the 2024 All-Star MVP to not making the reserves. But there must be more at play than we think. When the first returns of the All-Star fan voting dropped, you had to squint to find Eric Ogunbowale's name, because it was way down at 34th, with just 60,947 votes. That's a far cry from her 5th-place finish last year, when she pulled in 130,838 votes. At that point, it was clear she wasn't going to make the starters, but not even the reserves. Seriously. Here's the deal. The reserves were picked by the WNBA's 13 head coaches, each submitting votes for 3 guards, 5 frontcourt players, and 4 wildcards. But they weren't allowed to vote for their own players, of course. And unfortunately, Eric didn't exactly have a strong case working in her favor. She's been dealing with a thumb injury she suffered during the Wings game against the Mystics, and that might have spooked some coaches. Add to that a string of underwhelming performances, and suddenly even a 2-time All-Star MVP starts slipping down the list. There's no official timeline for Eric's return, or Dejanay Carrington's for that matter, and both injury statuses remain a bit of a mystery. As of now, the Wings have just 8 healthy players, and while they clinched an unexpected win against Phoenix, we'll soon find out if that was just a fluke. Thankfully, Paige Bueckers' All-Star nod, and the history she made alongside 2 others, is proof that fate isn't entirely against them. Paige Bueckers leads the Wings rookie brigade. Leading all rookies in scoring, rebounding, and steals, Paige Bueckers is also the only rookie to snag a starter spot in this year's All-Star game. That puts her in elite company. She's now just the 10th rookie in WNBA history to start an All-Star game, joining names like Shamik Holdsclaw, Tamika Catchings, Sue Bird, Maya Moore, Brittany Griner, Elena Del Don, Shoni Schimmel, Aaliyah Boston, and Caitlin Clark. Her first WNBA All-Star nod just confirms what everyone has already noticed. She's that impactful. And if you thought that was the only slice of history she's baked this season, think again. The official WNBA account summed it up with confetti-worthy enthusiasm. For the first time since 2011, 3 rookies will be playing in the All-Star game together. This is just the 5th time in league history that 3 or more rookies have been named All-Stars in the same season. Paige Bueckers, Sonia Citron, and Kiki Iriafen have stood out in their first year and will suit up in Indiana on July 19. Citron and Iriafen, picked 3rd and 4th in April's WNBA draft, were named as reserves by the league's coaches. Clearly, rookies came to 2025 with main character energy. As for Paige, she's not one to bask in headlines or chase validation.